Easy, the big bandit, understand it. Pop off on me, I'll leave you right where you standing. See me and you, we don't
One. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is Game Time Decisions with Avi and Matt, and you are here with another segment of Backyard Bets. How you doing today, Matt?
I'm doing well. I got the emo Jimmy pose going.
I see you frozen over there, man. I thought you was frozen for a second. But
No, I'm alive and well. Back outside, beautiful sunny day. Great picks for everyone. Yourself, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. We had a pretty good day yesterday. Slow start to the month, but we've been picking it back up. Right now, well, yesterday we had 4 picks come out. 3 of them hit, and 1 of them missed by a 0.5. If you had taken it as soon as we sent it early in the day. Ironically enough, a lot of people that sent us slips that they followed or tailed, I should say, they took it at 25.5 and they cashed. So, I mean, kudos to the viewers, you know what I mean? Congratulations on you guys for that win. But, I mean, we hit a 3-1 day on our end, so we got to put 3-1 on the board.
We fell on the sword for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Sengun hit the last 2 rebounds in the last 10 seconds of the game. Last play, that was a nail-biter. Can't believe that happened. Butler hit his fourth quarter, turned up. Terry Rozier was the only one that was sweat-free. Cleared it at the third quarter. I mean, Precious was good in the third. We were fine, but then they lost the 30-point lead, and then that was the end of that, you know?
We were looking so good.
But that's why we made it a prop watch, you know? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, we knew he had starter minutes. He had the ability to break this. It's just whether or not it was going to be at that number or anything higher than that, and most people cashed out on it, you know? As far as our DGF pick goes, we're 9-2 now, people. I hope y'all put that straight bet on Terry Rozier yesterday because that clipped. That was good. DGF, just to go into that real quick, is a great tool we've been using to compare our sportsbook odds between all of the apps, FanDuel, DraftKings, BetMGM. We're also able to use different tabs to tell you what the live picks are on the apps that we're shopping, you know? So we're shopping on PrizePicks, Underdogs. We can go there and see the live odds to see what's up right now and what the odd comparison is. Really great tool. We've hit eight times, you know? You know, you put a straight bet on the DGF if you have FanDuel or something like that and you take it, man, it's gonna hit.
Yeah. If you really want to take betting seriously, you have to use these tools that are out here. You can't just go off of intuition alone. It's not gonna get you anywhere.
Yeah, in order for you to be profitable, it definitely helps to look at numbers, especially when sportsbooks are doing the same exact thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Better to use their tools against them, you know?
Of course.
We will be dropping the link for that below, but let's get into our pick. Looking to get 9-2, you know? Let's get started, man.
Let's do it. All righty. First one, as you see, right top of the board, DeJounte Murray for the team on the hat, the Atlanta Hawks. They're going against the Boston Celtics. We expect this game to be a big one, just like their last one against the Clippers. That game was about 150 a piece on each side. So we're looking at DeJounte's over 4.5 rebounds. Personally, I've taken this prop about a couple times, 2 or 3 times, and it's a solid one. Always cashes for me. No jinx today, of course, but we're looking at this one. You could see on DGF Daily Grind that it's showing a 53.9% chance to hit. That's great odds, people. You know, it's always, we're gambling here. It's always going to be a 50-50, but those little points in each direction skew the line greatly. I just want to say that. So when you see something 3 points over 50%, almost 4, you gotta raise an eyebrow to it. And then you can see on the right hand side of that what the other sports books are thinking. You know, BetMGM, DraftKings, FanDuel, all at really high odds. Yeah, your thoughts on it?
Yeah, same thing. You know, 140 to 130 odds are good numbers. You would usually take 4 legs of 140 odds and put them in a slip on FanDuel anyway to make a same game parlay. So this is definitely hoping to be a safe pick. You know, the matchup is good, and DeJounte Murray has been hitting this number recently, as well as he has been playing a little bit more, I guess you could say defensively for him to get these numbers, you know?
And just real quick for the beginners, like, so let's say you're a beginner and you don't even know anything about basketball. like I said, you could, like Avi said, you could just pull up this website. It gives you the top picks as you're seeing right here, and you can just follow the money, follow the higher numbers. You know what I'm saying? You see a 53%, you see 140, 130 across all the boards. It's definitely higher than what you see with Jakob Pertl at 111, 125, 131. Just
Right.
pick the top ones, and I'm pretty sure you'll be profitable more times than not. You know what I'm saying? Because you're following the millions of dollars here,
Definitely.
not just two guys on YouTube.
Right. And I mean, obviously you got to do your own research too. It's just using these will definitely guide you in the right direction because there's 100 basketball players playing basketball. It's hard to know with who you're going to look at, what stats you're going to look at. This will guide you in the right direction for you to at least do some research on your own because sometimes, it's obviously possible that these numbers can break. So you want to do your own due diligence.
No, of course.
Cool. So our second pick of the day.
All righty. We're staying in that same Boston and Atlanta game, everybody. We're looking at the other side of this. Like we said, we think it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be competitive. So that's why we want to look at both sides of this. Our next point here is Derek White, the shooting guard for the Boston Celtics, over PRA of 22.5. We think this is a great, great number and a great spot for him, especially because using the tool that you're looking at right here, Outlier, we're able to see that Drew Holiday is a game time decision. If you could just show him right there on the injury. So this is feeding into our theory of whether he plays or not. Derek White has a high chance of hitting this PRA number. It's a right elbow sprain, so I mean, it's not the worst injury, but he still could sit out for this. So if he does sit out, Derek White could potentially be the starting point guard. Or they could bring in one of their guys off the bench to play point guard, but Derek White will still be the main facilitator. So that will definitely increase his rebound and assisting. And then like I said, if he has a green light with no Drew Holiday, then he can add on his points. He can add on his average of points, and then boom, we hit the number at 22.5.
Yep.
I'll let you add your thoughts on there.
Yeah, last time they played Atlanta, it was only one time this season. He crushed it at 30. He had 15, 11, and 4. Now, we don't expect him to go 15, 11, and 4 again. But even if he gets, 15, 4, and 7, we're still hitting the number where we need to. So that's what we're looking at. Atlanta also allows a good amount of points at the shooting guard position. And if he does take over that one role, they allow a lot of points, rebounds, and assists. So we're looking at this as as well as Outlier, actually. Outlier actually has this as a positive EV value, so that helps as well. So definitely a good pick for us to look at for today. Yeah, cool. Let's get into the next one. So now I got Brandon Miller over 22.5 points. He plays for Charlotte Hornets. He's doing pretty well. Ever since the Terry Rozier trade, he's been doing pretty good as far as being more aggressive, playing more minutes, taking more shots, and getting to the line a little bit more. So if you look at it, his field goals attempts has raised from 13 and 17 to 25. And if I look at the last 20, you'll see that it actually is an average of 13 or 9. And a couple games he had 16, but now he's getting at least 18 a game, it's looking like, in the last 5 games. Toronto allows a lot of points at the shooting guard position. They have him listed at the 3. And if you check the 3 as well, they also allow a lot of points at the 3. So we're hoping that Brandon Miller can just play as aggressive as he has been playing for the last 10 games after that Terry Rozier trade and continue to, drop buckets. I think they have this play at 22 somewhere.
22, 22 on PrizePicks.
Yeah, my line here is at 22.5, and I would still take it at 22.5 because I believe Underdog has it at 22.5. So if you guys seen on FanDuel and DraftKings at 22.5, I would play it. Even at 23 is possible push, but I wouldn't go higher than 23 because as you can see, even in the first 2 games of this 10-game stretch, he hits 23. So you don't want to you don't want him to get 23 and you bet 23.5. You know what I mean? So if you see something over 23, I would just stay away from it if I were you. But yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and just to add on, like you said, you saw it at 22.5 on Underdog. So if it's at 22 on PrizePicks, you kind of get an idea of where all the money's going to without, you know what I'm saying? That's one way to do it without having the tools, but it's hard, you know what I'm saying? It's a good thing of having multiple apps for sure.
Right.
And yeah, hopefully this game stays competitive. Toronto's nothing crazy. They got their starting 5 back. So it should take them a little while to adjust. So Charlotte should be still having a good rhythm to compete against them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So our last pick is back in the Miami game. We seem to be trending with Orlando and Miami and Florida, so I guess we're just gonna keep running with that, you know. We have Victor Wembanyama under 34.5 PRA. Now he's been playing really well the last 10 games, so I mean it doesn't really favor us in that category. However, Miami is known well for their defense at the center position. They don't allow a lot of points. They don't allow a lot of assists. We're hoping that Spoelstra and the Heat will come up with some sort of plan to stop Wembanyama, because that's pretty much the only threat on the Spurs that they really need to worry about and lock down. As they are with every other star that comes through Miami, you know, they're able to, you know, focus down, or hunker down, I should say, and focus on that one player. So hopefully they're able to stop him today. He's going up against Bam, who's a vet, captain of the team. He's not new to this, you know what I mean? He doesn't have a lot of offensive capability anymore because they don't give him the ball, but his defense is still there, you know, and he's definitely going to handle his business today. So that's what we're looking at right now as far as that goes.
Yeah, and just my normal thoughts. If this is a normal game for Wemby, he doesn't get too many assists. If he does get any assists, maximum maybe about 3 to 4. So let's say he does have a normal game. I'm not really looking at him to have too many assists. I mean, that 7, yeah, I see the 7 there, but yeah, it's more of what do we call it? An anomaly game.
Right.
But yeah, so I think he's going to be looking to score here. Bam is a little bit undersized than him, so he might be looking to score. But that's when we expect Miami to step up with their crash defense, help defense. And yeah, just look to double him, look to just make him uncomfortable every time, and I think they're going to want the rest of the Spurs to try to beat them, which we all know they can't do. So
Right.
yeah, just try to limit Wembanyama as much as they can, and he's on minutes restriction as well, right?
And that's what I was going to bring up just now.
Yeah.
If you look at the last time they played, which was in November, he barely hits this number at 36. However, he played 35 minutes in the game. So we know his minutes restriction right now is at, I think, 28 or something like that. Here, let me
Around, yeah, just around, just
yeah, 26
it might be max
to 28.
I was like,
30.
it might be max 30.
Right, and I'll take that against Miami any day if he's barely hitting it with an extra 5 minutes in the game. You know?
So yeah, we just need Miami to prevent him. So race against the clock more so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So those are going to be our 4 picks for today. Let me go over real quick. That is DeJounte Murray over 4.5 rebounds. That is our DGF pick today. If you can, play it straight, play it in the slip, play two mans, however you want to mix it up. Yeah. It always helps to insure.
And I was gonna say,
yesterday we put insurance on our slip. Some people played it power play and they hit. Some people played insurance on our original slip and it hit. So we're netting positive right now. We want to continue keep netting positive every single day, and we're looking for a 4-man sweep today. Yes. We got DeJounte Murray over 4.5 rebounds, like I said. Derek White over 22.5 PRA. Brandon Miller over 22.5 points. And Victor Wembanyama under 34.5 PRA prop watch. Now, just to make it clear, we did make this our prop watch because he has been hitting this number a lot. It's just, again, like we're playing on the instinct of the game and how we know the Heat plays based off of their coaching and their team, you know? Cool. So we will be dropping a link down low for the DGF tool. We hope that, you know, you tailor picks before they get bumped, and you cash out tomorrow just like we will. Yep. Thank you guys for liking and watching and hopefully subscribing. We will be checking in tomorrow. And have a good one, folks. Happy betting.
Let's do this one, everybody. Lock in Thursday.
Said it's your man Beezy, and you either get with it or get lost.